You have 30 seconds with your younger self. What are you saying? I thought that this was really individual to people, and it turned out that after all the answers that I have received, which was a lot of them, they map to 5 categories.
Welcome to the Good podcast. I'm your host, Dee Talley, mama, licensed acupuncturist, herbalist, and embodiment coach. Here we dive deep into the realms of energy, consciousness, awareness, empowerment, and personal transformation to help you create a more vibrant and juicy life.
Hello and welcome. This is The Good, and I am your host, Dee Talley. Welcome. I'm really excited that you're here. I know I say that every single time, but it's so true. Today is going to be a very interesting show. I put this out on my social media and I asked family and friends, and I got a shit ton of answers back. The prompt is, you have 30 seconds with your younger self. What are you saying? Right? So if you could go back, what are you going to tell them? Okay. And at first I thought that the answers were all going to be different. I thought that this was really individual to people, and it turned out that after all the answers that I have received, which was a lot of them, they map to 5 categories. And I'm going to go through them because I don't have enough time on here to read every single one. The first category is stop being afraid, trust yourself. So this is don't be afraid to try new things. This is don't let anybody, even a school counselor, talk you out of the career choice that you made. This is go to college, baby girl, trust yourself, right? This is don't call him after that breakup, right? I wish I trusted myself instead of doubting, instead of waiting, or instead of deferring. So stop being afraid. Take that risk. Stop hesitating and trust your inner knowing, right? The next category is you are enough, which is of worthiness, right? The core idea here is you're not too much, you're not broken, you're not wrong. So examples here are you're doing the best that you can. You deserve love. You're a miracle. You're not a disappointment. You're not lazy. You're just exhausted. And here, all of these answers coming together say, I didn't need fixing. I needed compassion, right? The next category is choose yourself. So this is on boundaries, and especially boundaries in relationships. This is stop abandoning yourself for others, right? So this is the let thems. This is live for yourself and not for anybody else. This one is I tell her not to go back to that loser's house where I wasn't able to say no out loud, even though I was saying it in my head. Yeah. This is leave sooner. This is don't call him after you break up. Don't center yourself or your life around that man. Okay. This is I wish I chose myself sooner. And I wish to not overgive or shrink. The next category is to stop caring what other people think. This is that external validation is basically a trap, and that nobody cares as much as you think they do. So we're all just going through our lives, and we have all these false ideas that people, really, really care a lot about what we're doing. And the truth of the matter is, people care a lot more about themselves than they do others for the most part. So they're really focused on themselves, not you. So many of these were don't let people deny you of flying your freak flag. I love that one because what this is saying is it's an honor. It's an honor and a privilege to fly that freak flag. This is the only way to find your people, right? So your people will see you and they will choose you. You can't control what they do or don't do, who they choose or don't choose. So my favorite one out of this category was no matter your intentions or how much effort you put into something, people are always going to see you through the lens in which they choose. So you can stop worrying about how you want them to see you. It only matters how you see yourself. This is, I was living for imaginary judgment. Number 5 is, and I said 5 categories, but I think there's kind of 6. So I'll go through that one too. Um, don't wait to live. So this is celebrate yourself now. Don't wait. Don't wait to feel motivated, right? Do it now. Leave sooner. Move on faster, right? This is I just kept postponing my life. The 6th category is um, body and nervous system. So this is learn to regulate your nervous system sooner. um, you're not unmotivated, you're just exhausted, right? This is no one taught me how to feel safe in my body. No one taught me how to downregulate myself, right? As I was asking people what they were thinking about asking their younger selves, I had somebody ask me, well, what would you say? Which I was asking everybody, but I didn't actually have an answer yet. And I thought about it for a while. And the main takeaway that I was thinking is do it afraid. Like, do it. Don't wait to feel super secure and super amazing and right on top of everything to try. Do it afraid, fumble through it, make a fool out of yourself, and then do it with a beginner's mind. Do it with the intention of the way that a child looks at a new rock that they pick up off the ground, right? Look at yourself in a way that's for fun and excitement and play, and do it afraid. Don't let fear get in your way or stop you, because nobody wants to be, you know, leaving this world, right? Finishing up their life, wrapping up their life and leaving this world and thinking, man, I wished I would have X, Y, or Z. I wished I would have posted that content. I wished I would have left my marriage sooner. I wish I would have found Jesus sooner, right? Whatever it is, don't wait. Do it now. And this is a theme too in practice. It's like the people who are waiting for Monday, right? I'm I'm going to change my habits on Monday. Do it right now, right? If we're always waiting to do something, we're going to be waiting forever and ever. We don't like change, right? This is just ingrained in us for safety. We've talked about that like over and over and over again. Our nervous system likes what's predictable, and doing something out of that ordinary feels very eh, feels very not good at times. So that is my main takeaway. And honestly, somebody even said that, and this was the one they wrote, fuck fear, do shit scared. That is a much clearer and straight to the point than all my long-windedness, just saying that. I like that so much. Another one that I really thought was so good, and I've already gone through all the categories, but I'm just kind of highlighting a few things, is, and I love this. It says, believe that everything you are and everything you do, your choices, your dreams, your perceived failures and pain, becomes a first aid kit for your future self, a toolbox of skills and knowledge that she relies on every single day. To her, you are not a disappointment, you are a miracle. Keep going. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. That is such a good one. Your perceived failures and your perceived pain is part of your first aid toolkit for today, right? Because you wouldn't have the tools in your toolkit if you didn't go through all those trials and tribulations, right? So to quickly recap this, here are our 6 categories. Stop being afraid. Trust yourself. You are enough. Choose yourself. Stop caring what other people think. Don't wait to live. And your body and nervous system matter, right? I did this prompt with kind of the illusion that we all think that time is linear, right? You're born at 0, you age every 365 days, you turn another year, and you keep doing that all the way through till the end of your life and you die, right? But here's where things get a little trippy, and I kind of love talking about this, but it is a very interesting thing to talk about. If currently our past versions of ourselves are running our show for today, right? So there is a younger person inside of us, right, who is actually still present today. When you zoom out and when you look at the patterning of what is going on, that version of you and every version of you still actually exists up until now. So if you have access to your child self, then we also have the oldest, wisest version of ourselves too. Whether or not you have made contact with them, you have them too. So instead of time being in a linear way from point A to point B, time is actually stacked from past, present, and future all on top of each other. And the access point is here and right now. So, what, and I talked about this in the last version. What is it that your younger version needs from you, right? And how can we use our oldest version to help inform the access point that is today? Because the punchline through the whole thing is I asked people if you could go back in time to tell your younger version of yourself something, what would you tell them? The punchline is you can still tell them right now, and they can still know, they can still hear you, and they can still act accordingly, right? Because this version of you still exists now. And the oldest, wisest version of you is available. So I've had these interesting experiences where I've done meditation with free writing, where I ask a question to my older self, my most wise self, and I wait to hear an answer. Now, when I say hear, I don't mean like she's sitting next to me. Like I don't see her in the physical realm, right? How I do this, and honestly, I'm not special. Anybody can do this. So seriously, she communicates with me through my senses. Okay? So that means that I am seeing something, I'm hearing something, I'm smelling something, or so it's within me. It's using my own sense felt experience to do this. And so I would ask a question and I would wait to hear an answer. And I would ask a question and I would wait to, and sometimes I would have to repeat the questions, right? Because if you've never made contact with the oldest version of yourself, that might seem a little abstract at first. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh man, I don't think I can really do that. But it is available to you if you are in the here and now, at today, at this moment, at this access point. She is available now too. And if she is available, and of course she loves you and she wants you to do the best that you can, why can't we have a conversation with her? Because you feel a little crazy, right? Because that makes you feel a little nutso to talk to different versions of yourself. That doesn't mean that you have split personality disorder, by the way. When I first started doing some of this work, I'm like, oh God, why do I have a million selves? Who are they? What are you doing? Right? So the access point, like I said, is right now. And if that's the case, then honing our awareness to now is actually the practice. That is what we do, right? So when you attune to the moment, And by the way, this maybe at first could be experienced through meditation, but once you practice that work for a long time, you can actually be experiencing this now, like right now, in whatever it is that you're doing, and just easily have access to these versions of yourself, right? And it takes a little bit of practice, but it is possible because this is where things get so fun. This is where things get so fun and so exciting. It's like we all want to know what the future is, right? And that version of you, the oldest version of you, knows your future, right? So in astrology, when a person is born, they take a snapshot of the sky, right? And I had amazing astrologist explain this to me. So there's a snapshot of the sky, and that is considered your map, right? And so we can map how things are going. But the map the map occurs the moment that you are born. The map doesn't change. Nothing about the map changes. It is a snapshot in the sky. Therefore, everything is already done. When she said that to me, I was like, what? Everything is already done. So that means that you can take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit here. Take your foot off the gas pedal and trust that it's already done and you can play and have fun. And the key to this is enjoyment. We all have our charts that's already done. It's not like dynamically shifting all the time. And the planets are shifting. Our map stays the same, right? So when I talk to people about like your personal healing map that we all have, and that might seem like an abstract thing to say, but this is the difference between performative wellness and sense felt wellness. It's instead of listening to your favorite guru tell you the diet that you need to be eating, let's tune in to the personal map that is your body, right? So our soul's a kernel, right? Animating this meat suit that we have on. And it's through the meat suit that we experience the world. Our map holds the key to our life, to ourselves, to our most whole selves, to our most healed selves, right? And the way to access the map is through the access point that is now. The access point is now. And how the fuck do you how the fuck do you tune into now when, and honestly, I think about these things all the time. How when you're growing up and you're going through school and like you're learning how to read and you're learning how to do math, and then you go through home ec training where you like learn how to sew a button on a shirt, and then you learn it like advanced skills like calculus and physics and things, and it's like, okay, will I use this, will I won't? But why the fuck does nobody teach us how to be with ourselves? I'm so serious right now. I am so be for real. Like, be for real. Because when we are with ourselves and when we are in the access point that is now with ourselves, we have truth. When I say truth, I mean personal truth. We have our personal truth. Okay. And where shit gets so fucked is where we don't have personal truth. Personal truth is a very yin situation. When I say yin, it's a very grounded situation. It's consciousness that is anchored within the meat suit. So, without consciousness anchored in the meat suit, what we have is a swirly twirly, ungrounded shit storm. And when I say shit storm, I literally mean like storm. Like think of like a tornado, and think of your energy shooting out the top of your head, looking like a tornado. I'm giving you a clear visual here, right? And that shit is going to swirl and twirl until we anchor ourselves in. The truth already arises as already here. The truth is in the map. The truth is in the map of our bodies. We don't have to, our birthright is the map, okay? You take your first breath, you get that snapshot in the sky. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not telling you that your astrology chart is your map of healing. When I say map of healing, I mean it in a little bit more of an abstract way, but also a grounded way. I know I'm not making any fucking sense, but you know what? We're going to just keep talking about it until it fully lands, okay? For you and me. So, your birthright is you're born, there's a snapshot in the sky, you have your own personal healing map. It's like a treasure hunt, guys. It's like a fun little treasure hunt where your job is to take the access point of today, of right now, be with yourself and listen, 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 listen. How do we do that? Well, this is what I teach. This is what I teach. How do you come back to yourself? How do you listen deeply? How do you hear your full body yeses and fuck nos? How do you make decisions from a place that is your truth? And then how do you identify all the places that there's incongruence, where things aren't aligning, where potentially changes must be made, right? Maybe change needs to be made in places where things are not congruent, right? But how the fuck do you know that? By reading somebody else's chart, i.e., your favorite guru, your mom, your cousin, your barista, like anybody. You have to be in some type of intimacy with self in order to do this. Energy Awareness Foundations is an access point to learning how to do this, right? We didn't learn it in home ec class, and we didn't learn it in physical education, and we didn't learn it in biology, right? We learned all about the generics of life. We learned generic shit. We learned generic shit. I sometimes think about how the world would be a totally different place if we learned how to truly be with ourselves and attuned to our senses, where we are experiencing energy and we are experiencing our life in our world. You know, some people have said to me, Dee, you're so intuitive. You know things. How do you do that? Again, I am not special. This is not something that is like, I mean, I am special. You are too, but I meant like anybody can do this. I'm not a psychic. I have deep, deep trust in my body, deep trust in my body. And the understanding that the answers do not lie outside of myself, they lie within. And I've spent the better part of 37 years coming closer to the truth of my own self. Don't get it twisted. When I started doing this work, I could not even be with myself in any capacity. It was horrific. It did not feel good at first, because when you step closer, you become aware of all the places that you have denied yourself, where there's pain unprocessed, where you're not in your truth, where you feel like complete garbage, but there's this override happening, right? So when you step closer to yourself, you might be met with rupture. This is just years of unprocessed, let's call it gunk for the better for lack of a better word, right? And I think about this channel. I think about the channel just like in general, the channel to source and the channel to God and the channel to yourself, like the kernel of your soul coming into your body. And I think about how when you are not in contact with truth, and when there's been years and years and years and a lot of pain, unprocessed, etc., I think about that channel kind of like a garbage chute that's full. Like, we have to excavate the garbage, right? Like, to get to the heart of truth, we must excavate and clear out the gunk. We do that, and the answer literally remains the same. We do that by being in contact with the access point that is right now. And we use our sense felt experience to take care of ourselves in a way that is going to bolster our energy, bolster our life force to be able to go out into the world to do our karma, especially like do whatever it is that you're going to do. Light yourself up the fuck the most that you ever can. Heal yourself, heal the world, right? I'm going to carry my own flag here. You don't, oh, this is making me think of, oh my God. I feel like this is, this is turning into a longer episode than I thought, but it's still coming. The channel is open and it's still coming. Okay. So there's a trend right now on social media that grinds my fucking gears. Grinds my fucking gears, okay? Here it is. It's the mom on screen with her kids, and it says, last to eat, last to bathe, last to drink water, last to blah, blah, blah. And people are like making their own lasts, right? Last, mom is last, right? And then there's like a pivot point. But first, when the kids need me, first to kiss the boo-boos, first to, hand my child a dollar bill, right? What grinds my gears about this is like this whole martyr thing of like, you're only a good mom if you're last, right? Oh, but it's okay. We're first in our children's hearts. This is like the opposite of fucking MILF energy to me. Seriously. Like, mother that I'd like to fuck is number one for her. That doesn't make her selfish. That makes her full up. That makes her magnetic. That makes her able to go out into the world, do her shit, come home, and have the energy to do all the things that she needs to do. So when I saw this social media trend, and it wasn't just like one person, it was like a shit ton of people. And then you know how the algorithm works. Like you're going on and it's like, it just keeps coming and coming. And you're like, oh my God, like, whoa. There are a lot of moms out there who believe that this is what makes you a good mom. And I want to challenge the shit out of that. I want to smash that shit because I just think that that is the opposite of where we need to go. The total opposite. And who knows, they might look at me and say, well, you're selfish. You put yourself first. Wow, that's, I know a few family members of mine who might say that, right? They might look at me and think, oh, you got a haircut today? You got a facial today? What did you do for your children, right? And I'm if you can't see me right now, I have a little shit-eating smirk on my face because actually there are little things in life that amount to bigger things in life. And um, I want my kids to see a mom who cares about herself and who loves herself like she loves a friend, like she loves them, like she loves her husband or her partner or her family, her friends, her everyone in her life. But it starts with number 1. It starts with number 1. And your birthright is to take care of yourself in a way that bolsters you to go out into the world and do your shit, right? So, the take home message of this is why I needed to start back podcasting, because there's no way to fucking edit a 35-minute video down to a 90-second reel. Like, let's be so fucking for real right now. You can't do that. Like you take away the juice. Anyway, I digress. The point is the point is you don't have to wait. Tell them. Tell those versions of yourself what you typed to me. Tell them this, right? Tell your younger self to let them, right? Give your younger self the compassion that you never did then. They are still there. Maybe they need to see more about your life right now, right? I wish I trusted myself instead of waiting. I didn't need fixing. I needed compassion. I wish I chose myself sooner instead of overgiving, shrinking, or staying. I was living for imaginary judgment. I kept postponing my life. No one taught me how to feel safe in my body. Baby, it's time for you to teach yourself how to feel safe in your body. It's time for you to stop waiting and wishing, right? Give that version of yourself what they need and call on that wisest self of yours who is available to you right now. This is how we heal the world. I know. When shit is going nuts in the world and it's like literal wars, economy, abuse, violence, hurts, rawness, the rawness of life. And people say, well, oh, I have to just be in my own little bubble. Like I can't even look outside of it. And what I say is do both. Look outside, but be in your little bubble, focused on being the most healed, whole version of yourself. Because think about what the world would be like if every single person on the planet could do that. Right? The greatest vibration there is love. It starts with you. It starts with you. Don't wait to access the different versions of yourself because time is stacked. Time is stacked right now. And you're so worth it to do the work. Do the hard work. Don't numb yourself. Stop dissociating. Be here now. The access point is now for every single version of you in your life. The access point is right now. And if you want to learn more about how to access that healing map of yours, I will be here flying my little freak flag. It's sparkly. It's colorful. It's sparkly. There's flowers on it and it shines in the wind. The flag be flying, but baby, it's grounded, okay? And I'm here for you the moment that you decide you want to do that hard work, okay? Energy Awareness Foundations is available right now. This is the foundation, like these are the foundational skills for your life. The things that you weren't taught in home ec, okay? I'm going to teach them to you. So I am ready for that when you are. And also, this is kind of like it's not a secret, but it's like on the side. Anybody who comes into the containers that I am providing, so Energy Awareness Foundation, I'm also working on like 17,000 other courses because I have a lot going on in this, brain and body here. But if you come into any of the containers, I'm hosting a monthly lecture series, and you get a lecture, a practice, and a Q&A, and these are held live. So these are held every single month. The first one is on April 17th at 2:30, and this is held within my community, Source Gate Circle. And this isn't something that you would necessarily hear about it unless you go through and are in one of my containers, because I didn't feel good about opening it fully up because I want the people who are already in my world to have access to this. I want it to feel really hands-on and really one-on-one, and I wanted it to be a container that is like, we practice the work, we have these conversations, but it's also rotating subjects, and it's informed by what's actually going on in the world. And this is basically like a membership, essentially. And on here, there's different forums for introductions and, different topics that we go through. And I'm really excited to be able to teach live, and it just really lights me way up. I already have like the first teaching of what we're doing. And when you're in there, you get access to every single teaching that I do. So it's all like in a vault, essentially. And yeah, something that I'm really excited to begin offering. I just feel so passionate about this work, and I'm so happy to have you here. So I will be here flying my little glittery freak flag with pride, and I am here for you whenever you decide that you're ready. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.